when you fight a guy that's smaller, coming up in weight, you must let him know that tonight, you're the bully. You're not gonna let him come up and take over nothing. When he let Usyk land 2 straight left hands, then an overhand left, that was telling. That means he came up and made a statement the first round. You cannot allow that to happen with a small man.
He don't like losing. He's still angry because he's focused on the Usyk rematch.
Now after that fight, I knew, don't make excuses. I'm gonna hold this like a man, and I'm gonna dust myself off. Certain fighters, top fighters, you know, with heart and guts and glory, like, you know, Joshua shouldn't go into the rematch. I'm like, what type of advice is that? You tell a fucker that's at war, you better go out there, dust yourself off and go back to war. Do you know what I'm trying to say? There's a man telling me, don't go out to war again, champ, go back to the training. I'm like, what? Is this the type of people that I used to idolize, trying to tell me not to go into a fight? What type of hearts have they got? We never used to get look-ins as heavyweights. Everyone used to disrespect British heavyweights. The streets, from the street knowledge, to the heart we have, to our approach. And I said, you know what? Fuck everywhere else. I'm gonna represent Great Britain to the fullest and bring big time boxing back to Great Britain.
People take L's for losses, we take L's for lessons.
As we approach the festive season, you can feel the chills from the presence of a once an aggressive hunter with a destructive force that demolished the heavyweight division on his rise to become the greatest, before he faced the boogeyman Oleksandr Usyk, who currently put a stop to the journey of greatness.
You know, and he's frustrated with the way that he lost. But, you know, the get back has already started. You know, he wants to become a 3-time world heavyweight champion, and I believe he'll do that, and I believe he can beat Oleksandr Usyk.
25 hours, 8 days a week. And why I say that is because 24/7 ain't enough.
Most people were not giving Usyk a chance in the first fight. Usyk is too small, Usyk is too hittable. Usyk struggled against Chisora. Joshua will KO him in 5 rounds. He went from a small cruiserweight to unified heavyweight champion in a clear and pretty decisive win over Anthony Joshua.
A guy there, okay, tricky Southpaw Olympic champion, oh, good for you. Undisputed cruiserweight champion, yeah, bam, 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 bam. Go to sleep, and that's it. That's going to be pretty brutal.
And then eventually Joshua will get to him and either grind him down and stop him, or beat him on a lopsided unanimous decision.
But I just think AJ is too big and will be too strong for Usyk. Even though Usyk's very, very slick and a very, very skilled fighter, I think AJ is going to come through with that.
Usyk's never impressed me as an heavyweight, to tell the truth.
This situation, I think size does matter, because we saw, I wasn't impressed with Usyk against Derek Chisora.
Cruiserweight, I thought was brilliant. Brilliant. Usyk, the heavyweight, I see as a different fighter. I see him as somebody that is not doing the same things that he was doing as a cruiserweight. I think because of the weight that he's added on, it's taking it away from him.
We just relinquish the title and let this man walk away. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think he got to fight it out. Oh man, I'm telling you, he knocked off Klitschko, man. And then, can you believe it? That's what an accomplishment. He knocked off Klitschko. He's done some big things.
Rumors have speculated that AJ may step aside for Tyson Fury's and Oleksandr Usyk's undisputed fight, but we all know Anthony Joshua's pride, legacy and Eddie Hearn's investments is at stake, so chances are it's just a publicity stunt.
And that's step aside, right? That's what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know if that goes in line with what I morally stand for. I think people know not to approach me with that rubbish. Listen, let me be real with you, yeah? At this stage of my career, it ain't about the money. It's about the respect.
First couple rows, you gon' see the real guys. The ones that look at other rappers like it's lunchtime. Watch on my wrist, never show me crunch time. Cause I ain't never let it come to that one time.
Joshua's problem is with himself. It's not with his coaches. It's not with no one. It's him. He let all his idiots come around him and start telling him, yeah, do this and be like this. And
there's like, you gotta look at what I want out of this game. Number one is respect. You ain't gotta like me, but you will respect me. Second thing is to go down as a throwback fighter, someone who was willing to fight the best in their division. So when I walk the streets with my son, my cousins, my nephews, people know that as a true fighter.
You just don't know what can happen in the heavyweight division. I told anyone who'd listened, because everyone thought that AJ was just going to be too big. Anyone who chooses to have a boxing match with this guy is going to lose. He's the best natural boxer in the world. Everyone above 175, he is the best by a mile. Only person is and I'm not even sure Canelo's an actual better boxer than him. He's just great at what he does. Canelo is a counterpuncher and a severe, technician in the ring. But as a pure out-and-out boxer, there is very few that can match Oleksandr Usyk. Well, there's no one above 175, 168 that can match him, mate. He's in a league of his own.
Just find a bottle with the messages. These days fame is disconnected from excellence. Half the time I gotta ask niggas what their profession is. Usher the generation and these are what my profession is.
It's clear that Usyk is living in Joshua's mind rent-free, and the psychological advantages leans towards the new heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk, who will come prepared as usual on the big night.
Victory's sweet, there's no revenge like victory. I have one thing in my mind. That's war, that's murder, that's war, that's go out there and hurt the guy and take his soul to the point he wants to give up. That's what boxing's about.
Put it on my soul.
I tell everybody, Joshua is nothing special. He's just good prepare and that's it. It's nothing special personality, nothing special technically. And he's not so big talent like the people say.
I'm done with fucking losing. I'm done with trying to learn the boxing sweet science. I've just putting it all together now. I'm rolling with it. If you like it, come watch. If you don't watch. But whether the ref likes my style or not, he might get thrown on the floor in the next fight, because this is war, innit? Boxing is good, but when it comes to 12-round championship fights, it's mad. I'm heading into my 12th world title fight now, and the learning's done. Like, it's war, it's just straight war. I'm annoyed. I'm boiling up, like even speaking about it, I start firing up a bit because it's that passion to win, and I love it. I love a challenge.
So Usyk is I think is better boxer, and when they make now a revanche, I think Usyk knock him out.
Ruiz fight, I think that ruined him. I think that ruined his confidence. I think that he's also scared to get hit. He's gun shy, don't want to throw because he's afraid of getting hit. So that's why you didn't see him throw. I mean, Usyk's a small heavyweight. He does have some snap on his shots, but he's the bigger guy. He needs to act like he's the bigger guy. It's almost like he's a big guy, but he has a small man mentality.
Anthony Joshua seems to be doing overtime and questioning almost every aspect of the loss.
And I think about it every night before I sleep and make my brain go. Think about it every night before I sleep. Promising the nigga saying my name gon' get made.
A warrior's mentality after suffering a defeat always leads to questioning itself in search of answers to justify the reasons. Only the strong will break through the darkness of a defeated mind state. Joshua was able to do it against Ruiz in the rematch, winning by a unanimous decision. But Ruiz is nothing like the crafty southpaw from Ukraine. He has a lot of more skills and experience and already had been a cruiserweight undisputed champion of the world. Anthony Joshua has realized that boxing a boxer was the wrong game plan, but this time the idea is projecting as it will be more of a dog fight.
If I was managing Joshua, I'd say, you know what, he's just a bad fight. If I was his manager, I'd say, you know what, let's just take a bit of time out here. Let's take 6 months out. Fuck that rematch. Let them crack on.
They ain't built like me.
What about the first one that you shouldn't take the rematch?
That's that, and that's that. How can a fight? And it's coming from fighters, yeah, because we're not talking about like the geezer that's got an opinion that's walking down the street that's got my best interest, like champ. Be careful out there. Don't take the rematch. Imagine a heavyweight champion or previous champion or former champion telling a fighter that, sitting him down, saying, "Mate, don't take the rematch. What are you doing? Go and have a couple warm-up fights."
Listen, Marco Antonio Barrera lost to Junior Jones twice. His best career was, his best wins were after that. No one thinks Marco Antonio Barrera was less of a fight because he lost those 2 fights against Junior Jones. That was his bogey, man. I don't think Junior Jones was a better fighter than Marco Tony Pereira.
We're looking at this guy like, is this guy a warrior, or is he a nurse in the field? You know what I mean? How's he telling me I have a couple warm-up fights?
Joshua is nothing. When I fight against him, I was not good prepared. I was after the COVID. I was 1 week before that, I was with COVID. And I don't make sparring, I don't make a lot of things. We stay only one COVID sparring partner who was with COVID.
Judging from the last fight, it's a tricky fight. Maybe Joshua's toughest, although you'd have to say his loss to Andy Ruiz in their first bout was, but only because it looked more devastating. Joshua just didn't know that going in. But Oleksandr Usyk has been there, a looming threat to Joshua since both of them won gold at different weights at the 2012 Olympics. Joshua has all of the measurable advantages: height, weight, reach. Usyk, who fights at heavyweight for the 4th time, will be the smaller man. But his presence is intangible, yet always there. Call it IQ, poise, instinct, or just guts. He knows his way around the ring, which means Joshua will have to be vigilant throughout and tireless with a jab that controls pace but closing the distance more with imposing aggressive activity on the inside. Guess here, Joshua will do exactly that, but it won't be easy in winning a fight close enough to dictate a rematch.
Came from the bottom, down below. Remember them cold nights, I was sleeping on the floor. Remember I was in the project wall, couldn't even get along. Remember I was in the county jail, none of these just wasn't picking up the phone. Down below, down below, down below.
I'm not gonna lie, it hurts, bro. It hurts. Like, especially when you got a winner's mentality. You know what I mean? The only thing that keeps me going, not the only, but one of the things that keep me going, I remember as an amateur when I lost. And I just remember if I would have given up then, I would have never been in this position now. And that's why I keep on firing and fighting. I would actually go to Ukraine if I had to. That was like the final option. Because I'm coming for them belts, boy. You're going to see the raft of the new champ. Different energy, different spirit. Coming to win.
Weird guy.
I tried to learn boxing, stick and move. Isolating the sweet science of the sport, doctrinating my style. Killing my going back to the raw, rugged streets. That's what it's about. Ice cold, stay in the moment, stay disciplined, just kill her.
Why is he going to wait till the second fight? He should have been putting the heat on him, Even in the latter stages, okay, you're 8 rounds down, you feel like you're being on the scorecard, start having a go. You're a unified heavyweight champion of the world.
I never followed no athletes growing up, no movie stars. I followed the hustlers, the Rachel Edmonds, the Jet Force, the Nicky Barnes, the Big Meaches, the Larry Hoovers. You understand me? They're the people that gave me that inspiration, the ones that came up from the streets to the top of the world, the empires, the bangers, the hustlers. That's what's fueling me again.
Oh, he's a fucking weirdo, man. I don't know, he's a real proper fucking weirdo, I don't know. Maybe you can say the first time, the second time was so sweet. I had to do it twice. The third time. Is that what they said? I don't know.
The path to victory for AJ is a tough one. He will need to be more aggressive, but he's got to be prepared to fight 12 rounds and not gas after 6. He had some success going to the body in middle rounds, but he also got hit with some big shots when he set his feet to deliver them.
We don't want to see boxer versus boxer. Later in the fight, he did what he should have started out doing.
Yeah.
He started stalking him and trying to walk him down, but that's what you're supposed to do in round 1. You're not supposed to wait till round 4 or 5 to do that. You're supposed to do that in round 1. Let him know, no. You will not run this streak tonight. This right here belongs to the heavyweight champ. You came from the cruiserweight division. This not where it's at. You are in the heavyweight division right now, and I'm gonna walk you down till I get to
Usyk
your
always
chin.
had the skills gap over AJ. This is the reason why some fans favored, or weren't counting Usyk out. He is a generational talent. A lot of people look at what AJ did wrong, but the reality is Usyk did a lot right. AJ will never be able to move like Usyk, so he has to do a better job of breaking Usyk down early to get him to slow down. If he does not do that, Usyk's capable to cause Joshua big problems in the later rounds and may just stop Joshua this time. Thanks for watching Boxing Stars. Please like, Share and subscribe to stay tuned as we cover Anthony Joshua's and Oleksandr Usyk's World Heavyweight Championship fight.